Hi everyone, so in my presentation, I'm going to be talking about Abraham Lincoln's unique leadership style and how he focused on leading with integrity, compassion, and communication, which resulted in an effective presidency during the Civil War and ultimately preserved the Union. I'm also going to be mentioning how Lincoln differed from his contemporaries like William H. Seward and Edwin M. Stanton, so let's get started. So, Abraham Lincoln's early life played a very important role in shaping his leadership style. So, he was born in LaRue County, Kentucky on February 12, 1809, and Lincoln faced poverty and instability in his early life. His family relocated multiple times due to financial struggles and economic hardship. But despite these challenges, Lincoln was always determined to educate himself, and he was always reading. His mother passed away when he was only 9 years old, and 10 years later, when he was 19, his sister also passed away, which profoundly influenced his sense of compassion and justice. These experiences didn't just make him sad or withdrawn, but they gave him a profound understanding of human struggles and vulnerabilities. And instead of letting these losses break him, he found strength in them, and he developed a strong sense of empathy for others because he knew what it was like to suffer and deal with loss. His compassion became one of his greatest leadership qualities, as it allowed him to connect with people and even those who disagreed with him. He basically saw humanity in everyone, including his enemies. Okay, so Lincoln's leadership style was built on integrity, compassion, humility, and collaboration. He turned rivals into allies and united a divided nation. Doris Kearns Goodwin, the author of Team of Rivals, states that Lincoln was a political genius and he could basically be friends with anyone who had previously disagreed with him, and he always took accountability and learned from his mistakes. Lincoln stayed strong in his beliefs and was understanding of any criticism that was given to him, and his compassion was shown by his ability to repair hostile relationships and prevent resentment from growing. He focused on justice, fairness, and understanding other people's perspectives, and his focus on integrity and being fair earned him the respect not only from his cabinet but also the entire nation. And he demonstrated true leadership by prioritizing the collective goals of the nation over personal ambitions. One of Lincoln's greatest accomplishments was building a collaborative cabinet, as he gained the trust of skeptical figures like William H. Seward and Edwin M. Stanton. So, Seward, Lincoln's Secretary of State, initially believed that he was more qualified than Lincoln, and he basically just wanted more power and authority and wanted to lead. But instead of acting defensively, Lincoln just listened to him and quietly developed his own authority while also respecting Seward's knowledge. And Seward later described President Lincoln as the best of us, which shows Lincoln's ability to gain the approval of his colleagues, including those who were initially doubtful of his leadership. In addition, Lincoln's Secretary of War, Edwin Stanton, was very different from Lincoln, and they just had very different leadership styles. Stanton had more of a tough and passionate style, and he would get angry pretty easily. He also struggled to let go of grudges, which was very different from Abraham Lincoln, because he was known for being forgiving and compassionate. But instead of fighting with him, Lincoln stayed calm and patient, which balanced Stanton's more rigid approach and also gave Stanton the freedom to do his job while still keeping a collaborative atmosphere. And even though Lincoln and Stanton were complete opposites, people noticed the mutual respect and even the affection they had for each other. While Stanton and Seward's leadership style was more aggressive, Lincoln focused on bringing people together with humility and a genuine willingness to work with others. And Lincoln ultimately strengthened his administration and guided the country through the Civil War. One of Lincoln's most defining moments was issuing the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, which showed his ability to combine moral convictions and political strategy. He basically related the preservation of the Union with the abolition of slavery. So Lincoln united people through a common goal, and he emphasized how emancipation was essential to the survival of the Union. And instead of imposing drastic changes suddenly, he guided the nation gradually, and his ability to connect the abolition of slavery to the protection of the Union shows his ability to communicate, inspire, and persuade. So Lincoln also demonstrated exceptional military and political leadership as he made great decisions. He always dealt with issues with lots of resilience and clarity, and I think a major turning point in the war was when Lincoln selected Ulysses S. Grant as General-in-Chief. Unlike other generals who didn't do well under pressure, Grant made very strategic decisions and was always adapting, which was very crucial in winning the war. Lincoln's leadership wasn't just about making the right choices, though. It was also about timing and execution. He introduced change gradually while maintaining focus on the Union's preservation, and Lincoln's timing and judgment allowed him to effectively handle military and political obstacles. Lincoln's leadership during the Civil War created a lasting legacy. He preserved the Union and ultimately redefined its purpose and emphasized liberty and justice. By aligning moral ideas with practical strategies, he not only led the nation through crisis, but also set the foundation for a more united and just America. Even today, Lincoln remains an inspiring symbol of compassion, hope, and justice. Abraham Lincoln's honest, understanding, and collaborative leadership style made a lasting effect on his colleagues, which was shown in his presidency and impacted America during the Civil War and for later generations. Lincoln's leadership turned rivals into friends and was able to bring together a divided cabinet and foster a collaboration that ultimately saved the Union. Lincoln's legacy reminds us that empathy, integrity, and humility are not just admirable traits to have, but they are essential for true leadership. Thank you for watching.